Well, obviously, after last weekend, we're real happy to get back in the win column. And, I thought, we got off to a great start in the game, up 7-0. And then I thought we had a real tough defensive first half where we gave up 41 points to Charleston, who averages 57 points a game. So at halftime, I really, challenged the kids defensively and got after them about our defense. We were just coming out of our stance, flying all over the place in the first half. And I thought in the second half, we really bared down. And you got to give the kids credit for responding to the challenge. They gave up 25 points in the second half. Besides that last second three, that would have been 22 points. So our defensive effort really, really came through. And, and Jenna and Bianca, I challenged them the other day in practice that they had to, they had to get this team ready to play. And as evident by both their stats, both of them played 40 minutes and both had great games.
You mentioned the slow start. Obviously started off well, but you gave up 41 in the first half. Also had 9 turnovers. Abby also started off, big height advantage down low against them. All their players, 5'11".
Yep.
So. Do you know what was going on with her in the first half? She had, I think, 4 points and 1 rebound, and was able to clearly bounce back in the second.
Yeah, no, it's just, I thought, Charleston's a very, very scrappy team, and the last week or so we've just been out of rhythm on offense. You mentioned our turnovers and us fumbling the ball and so forth, but today we just continue to fight. But she responded as all of our players did at halftime in regards to we weren't happy with our first half. I was probably more upset with our defense in the first half than Abby's slow start. But she really picked it up in the second half. And Brown's a tough guard. You look, we have a 6'4" center, and then they come out with a 5'11" really guard that she has to come out and guard. And we were, they were making shots early. That's not their typical game. They're not a 3-point shooting team, but they were making the open shots. But we got to get all of our team going on all cylinders. And like I said, today at shoot around, there was no question that these two were going to have a good game. They were dialed in. They were working on their cuts and their shots and so forth in the shoot around. So as a coach, you sit there and watch them, and you knew they were both going to come ready to play.
You guys definitely like to get out in transition, and showed again tonight. Not only a fast pace, but outscoring them 26-7 on fast break. Anything different that you guys were doing, or just same old?
Yeah, we want to get up the floor. I thought the first half we couldn't get out in transition. We couldn't knock them back on the heels because I think Tanisha Brown had a double-double at halftime, and they were getting a lot of their offense off second shots, and if you're not rebounding, you can't get out in transition. And these two can really get up the floor. So can the rest of our team. But we gotta, like I said, they knocked us back on our heels in that first half after our good start by us. They really responded. So yeah, we want to get out in transition, but it's we got to take care of our defense and then obviously the defensive glass.
Bianca, you're a huge part of that transition as a guard, and also tonight with 7 steals to go along with 26 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. So clearly, all facets of the game going for you tonight. What was your approach coming in? The coach said he had challenged you and Jenna tonight, and you played the whole game and played exceptionally and helped you guys come back. What was your mindset, and how were you able to perform so well tonight?
I think just learning from our mistakes from the last 2 games. I think some of the last 2 games, I was moving too fast or trying to push the issue too much. So I was just trying to calm myself down mentally and slow the game down to make the right decisions. So I think that's what changed.
Also, you, Jenna, stats still great, 10 points, 11 assists, but don't jump out as much. But great, game manager out there, doing all the right things. Same old for you. Started out 5 of the first 7 points for you guys, and then really started just passing the ball. Were you able to do that and contribute to the team in that way, even if you weren't scoring?
Yeah, well, people were knocking down shots tonight. Bianca had a great performance. Nari came in and hit a lot of shots. Vic posting down low. So just all around, people were ready to play, and we were shooting the ball well. So I think that really helps.
I mentioned Abby earlier, Coach. Victoria had 18 rebounds, though, down low. How was she able to perform well inside to kind of make up for a slow start, and then in the second half really just complement Abby?
Yeah, I think she's a pretty good. Yeah, I think she's a pretty good player. You know, I mean, I think she has a great, nose for the ball, and these nights of 15 points and 18 rebounds, should be the norm for her, moving forward. I think she's very explosive, and she gets more active. But yeah, she's capable of these nights, and we need more of them as we move, forward in CA play.
Great individual performances from 4 or 5 players tonight. Is there anything that you would like to see different from the team as a whole going forward to try and continue building on this win, and as it gets later and later in the season?
Well, yeah, the bench. I thought the bench did. Nyla's out of the starting lineup because of an illness, and Nari really stepped up, I thought, and played well. But I thought Libby Underwood's minutes, although if you look at the stat sheet, 0 points, I thought she did a really great job defensively in there at that time, and Gabby Rogers as well came in for those short spurts. So continuing to build that bench, and again, they're both freshmen, so they're going to be up and down, but continuing to build that bench is really critical as we move forward.
For you first, and then anyone else who wants to jump in. Hofstra next at home 2 days from now. They're playing right now, but are 4-4 as well at the moment, similar to you guys. What's the importance of that game here at home with the chance, to either be above 500 or below 500 at the midway point of conference?
Yeah, I mean, one game at a time. So, I want the kids to make sure they enjoy this win tonight. I'll focus on Hofstra probably in about 10 minutes or so. But, every game's a big game, and every game's a 50-50 game. It really is. You show up, and tonight, Charleston was 1-6, I believe, in the league, and that doesn't look like a 1-6 team. They were fighting, and we got to, when the bell rings on Sunday, we got to make sure we're ready to play. So we'll prepare tomorrow the best we possibly can. These two need to get some rest, and we'll be ready to play.
Well, the good thing about CAA play is you get to play everyone twice, so we didn't play great against Hofstra the first time, but we get a chance again Sunday, so it's exciting and competitive in the CAA play, so we're ready.
I second that.
Yeah.
I second that.
Real quick, with the win tonight, the seniors are now the winningest class in school history. Obviously, your first recruited class.
Yeah.
You brought in here, so just touch from both of you, introduce yourself.
Well, that's awesome. I failed to mention that in the locker room. But Jenna, I tell this story all the time. But when I recruited Jenna and I brought Jenna here in their freshman year, I gave them little index cards, and I said to them, what's your goal? Maybe your individual goal. What's your team goal? And her goal was to turn this program around, turn it into a winning program. So I would say mission accomplished, you know what I mean? And obviously the first recruiting class, Jenna, Abby, Jean, right? That's that's terrific. Now I hope, right, that Bianca class breaks that next year. You know what I mean? And I want Jenna rooting that Bianca class breaks that next year. But no, they've done, you look at them, I never knew that she, would, her assists would be, reaching the top of William & Mary history. Obviously, Abby with her blocks. But they've been two great ambassadors on and off the floor for the program, and we got more than we thought we would get from them. And I'm happy that they're in the program. I'm happy that they chose William & Mary. But like I said, that's a terrific accomplishment.
I did not know that now, but yes, very exciting, but, always looking forward. We want to keep winning games and keep, doing better and improving upon that. So it's exciting, but, looking to the next game. So
That's awesome. Thank you. All right, get your rest, guys.